गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं वामहे कविं कवीनाम् उपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पद आनशृण्वन्नो दिवसीदसादनम् ॐ श्री सद्गुरुमहागणाधिपतये नमः। कात्यायनाय विद्महे कन्याकुमारी धीमहि तन्नो दुर्गी प्रचोदयात् तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्र प्रचोदयात् नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णु प्रचोदयात् महादेवी च विद्महे विष्णुपत्नी च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मी प्रचोदयात् सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा गुरुब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोहिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सद्गुरुचरणरविन्दाभ्यां नमः। जनेजाय विद्महे वायुपुत्राय धीमहि तन्नो हनुमत् प्रचोदयात् आदित्यागितसोमाय मंगलाय बुधाय च गुरुशुक्रशनिभ्यश्च राहवे केतवे नमो नमः। भूतनाथाय विद्महे भवपुत्राय धीमहि तन्नः शास्ता प्रचोदयात् तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महासेनाय धीमहि तन्नः षण्मुख प्रचोदयात्। ओम राजाधिराजाय प्रसज्ञसागिने नमो वज्रं वै श्रवणाय कुर्महे समे कामान् कामकामाय मह्यं कामेश्वरो वै श्रवणो ददातु कुबेराय वै श्रवणाय महाराजाय नमः। विनायकादि समस्त हरिहर देवताभ्यो नमो नमः। सर्व अपराध क्षमार्थं सर्व मंगल प्राप्त्यर्थं अलंकार पंचमुख दीपं दर्शयामि आचमनीयं समर्पयामि दिव्य रक्षां धारयामि इन्द्रस्तो मेन पञ्चदशेन मध्यमिदं वातेन सहरेण रक्षां धारयामि ओम हर ओम। Okay, Mataji.
Okay, thank you. Namaste everybody. Om Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Yasam Spradatatkshanameva Handi Sarvabado Bhakti Vinamra Murtibihi Karodusanaha Shubhahedurishwari Shubhani Bhadrani Apihandu Jabadaha. After going through several sessions of Devi Mahatmyam, I thought I will take a very light subject, even though I cannot say it is really light. It is about Sangeetam, the Sangeeta Sagaram. And so what I am going to do today is Saptaswaram, the 7 notes of music. How is it connected to our Vedas and Upanishads, and also it takes us through the spiritual realm to the highest level of what is called as Sangeeta Anubhuti. Okay, so music, as we all know, is the universal language. It is divine, no question about it. Samaveda Samhita contains the oldest description of the science of music. Sama comes from the word samadhana. Samadhana means peace. So music brings peace of mind to the singers as well as the listeners. The science of Nada Yoga also explains the various aspects of music based on the chakras in the human body. Nada is sound vibration. Yoga is about experiencing the energy. Thus, Nada Yoga is experiencing sound energy. It is really the energy of the sound in motion that forms the cosmos rather than the matters and particles. So, Nada Yoga is the union with the divine through sound. The Swara explains the dimension of the musical pitch or the musical note. It is called the musical note, Swara. So the Sapta Swara, as we all know, Sa Re Ga Ma Pa Tha Ni. This is set in what is called Maya Malava Gaula. Originally, even the Carnatic music also was set in the Shankarabharana Raga. Hindustani is based on Shankarabharana Raga. The Western notes also are based on Shankarabharana Raga. So it goes like this. Sa Ji Ga Ma Pa Tha Ni Sa. So there is, just like in the Western notes, they have the soft and the sharp. We also have the same thing, but some notes have 3 different variations set up. Each swara explains the dimension of our energy of a particular chakra. So, Sa is for Muladhara chakra, the Sa, which one begins the one, which raises the energy. And we know that in the Kundalini Shakti also, we say awakening of the Kundalini Shakti from Muladhara chakra. Then you can see that in the picture. Sa is at the Muladhara chakra, and G is at the R, and G is at the Swathishthana chakra, reproductive energy, that is Agni. Okay, here there is a little diversion from the original. So G, Ga is at the Manipuri chakra, as you can see at the navel, which gives the mastering the power. Then Ma comes to the Anahata chakra, that is Hridaya, that is energy of love. Okay. Then Pa is at the Vishuddhi chakra, energy of creativity. It is at this level that the sound becomes audible. So we say 4 stages of Para, Pashyanti, Madhyama, Vaikari. So when it comes to the throat, it becomes audible. Then Tha is at the Ajna chakra. As you can see, energy of intelligence and wisdom. Tha always refers to Buddhi, Medha. So naturally, intelligence and wisdom. And Ajna chakra is also we call as the eye of wisdom. Then the last one, Ni. Ni is at the Sahasrara level. Energy of spiritual and divine wisdom. Now the swaras can help in increasing memory power and concentration. Similar to the Vedic chanting and other things, each swara resonates with the chakra related. See why it is increasing the memory power and concentration, because you all know that the music students, young ones, have to, whoever, at whatever level you are, irrespective of the age, when you start music, you have to do the swarams back and forth. You start with Swaravali, Jandavarisha, Swarajadi, and it goes on and on and on. So by repeating the different swaras back and forth, it increases the students' memory power as well as the concentration. Now I'm going to explain. I don't know whether you can see it. This is a table that I compiled together, and the sa is the tonic. Okay, it is the shadja. It is called shadja. And the middle one, pa, is called panchama, the perfect fifth. They are called Prakriti Swaras because they don't change. You know, Sa has only one level and Pa has only one level. Okay, you cannot make a gama gama and all with that. That is not the rule. But the other swaras, Ri, Ga, Ma, Tha, Ni, they are called Vikriti Swaras. Remember when we did the Devi Mahatmyam, the Prathama Charita, in Prathama Charitam, Devi appeared as Prakriti, right? And then in the Madhyama Charitam, where she had to handle the Mahishasura, she became Vikruti, right? Vikruti, the same way. Prakriti Swara means like Mula Prakriti, it doesn't change, okay? And then the Vikruti means it can have more than one level. Okay, Ri, Ga, Ma, Tha, Ni. Okay, these have got, some have got even three levels, some have two. Okay, the swaras originated from the sounds of animals and birds. The bird sounds go with sa, ma, and pa. The animal sounds goes with ri, ga, tha, and ni. Okay. Now I'm going to give a little more explanation of each of these swara. So, sa is for shadja. Shadja, ecstatic sound made by the peacock when it sees clouds of rain assembling in the sky. Okay, so the low sa is with the peacock sound. Ri is for rishabha. That goes with roaring of a cow separated from her calf. Okay, so we can imagine that. Ga is for Gandhara, the sound of goat bleating in the flock. Ga. Ma is for Madhyama. That's a nice sound. A heron's cry. Crownja bird. Crownja bird. Remember the crownja bird in Ramayana? Ratnakar the hunter, became Valmiki, right? Valmiki is starting the Ramayana was by seeing the Crownja bird being killed, right? That's but Manishada, that great shloka. So Crownja bird's sound is for Madhyama. Pa is for Panjama, as we said earlier, the sound of kokila or nightingale during spring. Tha is for Thaivata, sound of horse neighing. Okay. The ni is usually referred to as nishada, trumpeting of an elephant. See, so if we listen to the sound of the wind, rain, animals, birds, ocean, waves carefully, you will experience these saptaswaras. If you have a chance to meditate by the seashore on a quiet night, it could give you the unique spiritual experiences. The sound vibrations could go through your mind, and you can enjoy, as well as in the nature, and also in a lot of temples, especially in the south. You can go and knock on the pillars, and you can hear the sound of these saptaswaras. So now I'm going to take some examples from Tyagaraja Swami's Kirtanams. I mentioned about this when I did the subject Nadopasana. in the past. It is said that no other music composer but Tyagaraja Swami only has said such simple and appealing ways taught music as an art, science, philosophy, and ultimately as a means of salvation. The origin of Saptaswara and its relationship with the Kundalini Chakra had been described by Tyagaraja Swami in two of his well-known kritis. One is the Nadam Tanumanisham Shankaram. It is set in the Chitta Ranjini Ragam, and I will read each line and read the meaning, tell you the meaning, and then I'll be singing that particular kirtana. The first line goes, Nada Tanumanisham Shankaram Namami Me Manasa Shirasa. That is, I bow down to Shankara, the embodiment of Nada sound, with all my mind and body. The Anupallavi goes like this. Modakara Nigamottama Samaveda Saram Varam Varam. To him, the essential of the blissful Samaveda, the best of the Vedas, I bow every time. And the Charanam goes like this. Sadhyo Jatadi Panjavaktraja Sarigama Padhani Vara Saptaswara. That means, to him who is delighting in the art of seven swaras, Saptaswara, Sarigama Padhani, born of his five faces, such as Sadyojada of Lord Shiva, etc. I bow to him, the destroyer, that comes in the last line. Vidyalolam Vidalita Kalam Vimala Hridaya Tyagaraja Valam. I bow to him, the destroyer of Kala, the protector of the pure-hearted Tyagaraja. Before I go further, I wanted to explain the five faces of Lord Shiva as described. The form Ishana. Ishana is the revealment of grace, God's grace. Second is Tat Purusha. Sublimation indicates the sublimation of the five senses. Third is Aghora, omnipresence. Vamadeva, omnipotence. And Sadyojada is omniscience. Okay. So now I am going to sing the Nadam Tanumanisham. But please forgive me, my voice is not that great. Nada Tanumanisham Shankaram, Nada Tanumanisham Shankaram, Namami Me Manasa Shirasa, Nada Tanumanisham Shankaram, Namami Me Manasa Shirasa, Nada Tanumanisham. Modakara Nigamotama Sama, Modakara Nigamotama Sama, Modakara Nigamotama Sama, Vedasaram Varam Varam, Vedasaram Varam Varam, Modakara Nigamodama Sama Vedasaram Varam Sama Vedasaram Varam Sama Vedasaram Varam Varam Nada Tanumanisham Shangaram Namami Me Manasa Shirasam Sadyo Jadadi Panjavakraja Sadyo Jadadi Panjavakraja Sarigama Patani Vada Sabda Swara Sarigama Patani Vada Sabda Swara Vidyalolam Vidalita-kalam Vidyalolam Vidalita-kalam Vimala-hridaya Tyagarajapalam Vimala-hridaya Tyagarajapalam Nada Tanumanisham Shangaram Namami Mam Namasadhanasam Nada Tanumanisham Tanumanisham Tanumanisham. Sorry, 1 second, okay. Let me put this on. Okay, so that is Nadam Tanumanisam. And in another famous Kirtanam in Shankaravarana Ragam, it is called Soraraga Sudha. In the Charanam, Tyagaraja Swami explains about the emergence of the sound from the Mooladhara Chakram. It goes, Mooladharaja Nada Meruguda Mudamugu Mudamagu Mokshamuda Kolahala Saptaswara Grihamulu Gurudev Mokshamura O Manasa. Okay. So here he says the nature of Nada originating from Mooladhara itself is bliss and salvation. Likewise, a knowledge of the various resonance thanas. Thanas here means the various chakras on the various parts of the body from which emanate the glorious Saptaswaras. He said, this is actually Tyagaraja Swami's own words translated. So it goes like this. Likewise, the knowledge of the various resonance sthanas or parts of the body from which emanate the glorious Saptaswaras, one attains salvation when he becomes a jnani after several births with devotion. Again, one attains salvation when he becomes a jnani after several births with devotion. See, such a great person even is saying that. We can imagine his greatness. Then the last one I want to quote is this is also another famous Kirtanam, Mokshamugalada in the Raga Saramati. In this also, he takes up the Saptaswaras and he explains this as are derived from the vibrational energy of Om. Okay. So he explains in the center of our body is the prana or the life breath, which comes as dhvani, okay, or sound. Even though it is not audible to us, it is there. And then he explains prana plus anala. And this prana, when it is joined with the Jadharagni, the anala, brings out the Om sound. So then he says this nada is Sadashiva, Lord Shiva. So he is called Nada Brahman, Shabda Brahman, or the origin of the Om sound. And there is a beautiful line in this particular Kirtanam, which I will try to sing. Prananala samyogamuvallam pranavadadamu sapta swaramule varaga prananala samyogamuvalla pranavadadamu sapta swaramule varaga. Okay, so that is only part of it, but that is the difference. In the other, he said the saptaswara related to the chakras and everything. Here he explains the sound, the swaras itself, themselves are originating from the sound Om. So if we do the Om starting from the beginning from the Muladhara chakra, and as we go up, really we can feel that. We can feel the vibration different at each level, So who else can explain all this except Tyagaraja Swami? So this is only part of it, okay? This is only about Saptaswara. But this great composer has explained every aspect of music. You have to just pick up the right kirtanam. The Sogasugamrta in Sriranjini Ragam, in which he is talking about the Thalam, and then Raga Sudha is starting with the Thalam, Ragam, Layam, and whatnot. Every aspect of music has been described through several kirtanam by this great composer. So let us bow down to him. Okay, and lastly, I have only one more thing to add. This is in praise of Goddess Saraswati, who is the goddess of music. Okay, this is also set in Sarigama Padanisa. Okay, I'll sing that. Sa Sara Saraswati Riri Raga Ragini Gaga Gamana Hamsini Mama Manana Manaswini Papa Para Paramahi Dada Dharma Dhimahi Ni Nitya Niramayi Sara Saraswati Sara Nitya Dharma Para Manana Gamana Raga Sara Sara Nitya Dharma Para Manana Gamana Raga Swara Saraswati 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 Saraswati. Om Shri Saraswati Namaha. Om Shri Mahadevi Namaha. That's all I have to present. Thank you very much. Now I will ask Sabita and Nandini to come forward and do the bhajan and followed by the Hanuman Chalisa.
Thank you. നരനായിങ്ങനെ ജനിച്ചു ഭൂമിയിൽ നരകവാരീതി നടുവിൽ ഞാൻ നരകത്തിന്നെന്നെ കരകേറ്റിയിടേണം തിരുവൈക്കം വാഴും ശിവശംഭോ ശിവശംഭോ ശംഭോ ശിവശംഭോ ശംഭോ ശിവശംഭോ ശംഭോ ശിവശംഭോ ശിവശംഭോ ശംഭോ ശിവശംഭോ ശംഭോ തിരുവൈക്കം വാഴും ശിവശംഭോ മരണകാലത്തെ ഭയത്തെ ചിന്തിച്ച മതിമറന്നു പോം മനമെല്ലാം മനതാരിൽ വന്ന് വിളയാടിയിടേണം തിരുവൈക്കം വാഴും ശിവശംഭോ ശിവശംഭോ ശംഭോ ശിവശംഭോ ശംഭോ ശിവശംഭോ ശംഭോ ശിവശംഭോ ശിവശംഭോ ശംഭോ ശിവശംഭോ ശംഭോ തിരുവൈക്കം വാഴും ശിവശംഭോ ശിവശിവ എന്ന് പറയാമാതല്ലേ മഹാമായ തന്റെ പ്രകൃതികൾ മഹാമായ നീക്കിട്ടരുളേണം നാദ തിരുവൈക്കം വാഴും ശിവശംഭോ ശിവശംഭോ ശംഭോ ശിവശംഭോ ശംഭോ ശിവശംഭോ ശംഭോ ശിവശംഭോ ശിവശംഭോ ശംഭോ ശിവശംഭോ ശംഭോ തിരുവൈക്കം വാഴും ശിവശംഭോ വലിയൊരു കാട്ടിൽ അകപ്പെട്ടേ ഞാനും വഴിയും കാണാതെ ഉഴലുമ്പോൾ വഴിയിൽ നേർവഴി അരുളേണം നാദ തിരുവൈക്കം വാഴും ശിവശംഭോ ശിവശംഭോ ശംഭോ ശിവശംഭോ ശംഭോ ശിവശംഭോ ശംഭോ ശിവശംഭോ ശിവശംഭോ ശംഭോ ശിവശംഭോ ശംഭോ തിരുവൈക്കം വാഴും ശിവശംഭോ എളുപ്പമായുള്ള വഴിയെ കാണുമ്പോൾ ഇടയ്ക്കിടെ 6 പടിയുണ്ട് പടിയാറും കടന്നവിടെ ചെല്ലുമ്പോൾ ശിവനെ കാണാകും ശിവശംഭോ ശിവശംഭോ ശംഭോ ശിവശംഭോ ശംഭോ ശിവശംഭോ ശംഭോ ശിവശംഭോ ശിവശംഭോ ശംഭോ ശിവശംഭോ ശംഭോ തിരുവൈക്കം വാഴും ശിവശംഭോ ശിവശംഭോ ശംഭോ ശിവശംഭോ ശംഭോ തിരുവൈക്കം വാഴും ശിവശംഭോ തിരുവൈക്കം വാഴും ശിവശംഭോ തിരുവൈക്കം വാഴും ശിവശംഭോ ശ്രീ ഗുരു ചരണ സരോജ രജ നിജ മന മുകുര സുതാര ഭരണ രഘുവര വിമല യശ ജോദായക ബലചാര ബുദ്ധിഹീന തനു ജാനികൈ സുമിരോ പവന കുമാര ബലബുദ്ധി വിദ്യാ ദേഹു മോഹി ഹരഹു കലേശ വികാര जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कबीशति लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बलधाम अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नाम महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंठ कंचन बरण विराज सुवेश कानन कुंडल कुंजित केश हारवज्रौ ध्वजा विराजे कान्धे जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अधि चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज संभारे लाय संजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय वरद समभाई सहस बदन तुमरो यश गावै अस कलि श्रीपति कंठ लगावै सनगादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीषा नारद शारद सहित ईशा यम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कभी कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीना राम मिलाय राजपद दीना राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की तुमरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना युग सहस्र योजन पर भानु लील्योताहि मधुर फल जानु प्रभु मुद्रिका मेहि मुख माहि जलधि लांघिकय अजर जनाहि दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगमानुग्रह तुम्हारे देते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिन पैसारे सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी शरणा तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज समारो आपै तीनों लोक हाँकते कापै भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की नाशे रोग हरे सब वीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा संकट से हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम भजन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे चारों युग प्रताप तुम्हारा हे प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की। राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंतकाल रघुपति पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्मे हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्तन धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट हरे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलवीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई। कृपा कर गुरुदेव की नाई, जो शत बार पाठ कर जोई। चूड़हि बंदी महासुख होई, जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा। होय सिद्धि सागी गौरीशा, तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा। की जय नाद हृदय महाडेरा, की जय नाद हृदय महाडेरा। राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की। राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की। राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की। जय बोलो हनुमान की, जय बोलो हनुमान की। पवन तनय संकट हरण, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुरभूप। हृदय बसहु सुरभूप, हृदय बसहु सुरभूप। Thank you.
Thank you, Nandini and Sabida. Again, very good. Okay. Before I do the Mangala Shlokam, I want to mention something which I forgot to mention. So you all know Swami Tejomayananda, right? How much he is into music and what a great singer Swamiji is. So I had a discussion with him about this Saptaswaram. So Swamiji's explanation is like, he says, from the point of view of a Sataka, Sa is for Saguna Brahman, okay? And G is for Rishis who already know the Saguna Brahman very well and they are working towards the Nirguna Brahman. Ga is for Gandharvas who are the celestial singers. Then Ma is for Mahipalas. Mahipalas are the kings, and it is usually the Rajya Sabha and all. They all promote the fine arts, especially the music, in their court. So Ma is for Mahipalas. And then Pa is for Praja. Prajas, that ordinary people, but good singers who are invited to the court, and also they sing, give concerts, kacheri, and all. So they are being appreciated and measured according to their taste and ability and singing and everything. Then Tha, according to Swamiji, is for dharma, dharma paripalana. That is what he was telling, which is absolute necessity in our spiritual journey. And then Ni, he explained as a Nada yogi through appropriate steps, everything, meditation and all things, finally reaches the Nirguna Brahman, that is Ni. So I really liked Swamiji's explanation, but people have explained it different ways also. For example, for Pa, people have, somebody has explained it as the Paramahamsa level, yogi reaching the Paramahamsa level. So you can get different explanations. So I thought, at least let me bring in Swami Tejomayananda's his explanation and share it with you. Thank you all very much. So I will do the Mangala Shlokam. Okay. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Thank you. So if there is any question, discussion, we can
Yes,
have
Shamalaji.
Yes.
Thank you so much, and really appreciate for honoring my request to do this. And what a wonderful explanation. And then these 7 notes, as the number 7 is such a mystic number, and there is much more divinity, and as you explained, a lot of profound significance of these 7 sounds. I don't think there is any 8th sound, as we talked about. There are only 7 sounds and 7 colors and 7 heavens.
Yes.
If you permit, I actually have translated some time ago the 2 songs you sang, Nada Tanu Manisham and also Moksha Mugalada. Can I read?
Okay, go ahead, please.
Yeah. The first is Nada Tanu Manisham. Nada Tanu Manisham. You sang so well. Shiva, the Lord of Sound. I salute him always in my mind. Shiva, the Lord of Sound. I salute him always in my mind. And I bow down my head every second to the embodiment of primordial sound, very source of sound and the force behind the sound. Shiva, the pure, auspicious and kind. Shankara, the doer of good all around. Shamkaroti iti Shankara. The doer of good all around, the Lord of the sound. Giver of the eternal bliss, essence of all Vedic science, exalted in the scriptures as very divine. I salute him, the supreme, again and again. Source of 7 musical notes, he is the force with 5 mythical faces. As you have mentioned, Sadyojata, Vamadeva, Aghora, Tatpurusha, Ishana. Source of 7 musical notes, he is a force with 5 mythical faces. A joyful spectator of depth of music sublime. He is the royal dictator of death and time. I pay my tribute and homage to omniscient Nataraja, the protector of pure-hearted sage, Saint Tyagaraja. Shiva, the Lord of Sound. So that's Nadatanu Manisham and
Very
Moksha
nice.
Mugalada. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you. Moksha Mugalada. Is there a salvation or any liberation without spiritual evolution? Is there a salvation or any liberation without true devotion? Is there a salvation or any liberation without any musical or mystical revelation? Is there any salvation or liberation through the work that lacks determination? Is there a salvation or any liberation in life without any self-realization? Is there a salvation or liberation, my friend, without any mental relaxation? Is there a salvation or liberation without knowing Om, the primordial sound, the fire and the vital air, the prana and anila? The fire and the vital air merge in that Om, O Lord Shiva, revels in thy name, O Ram. Thank you.
Very nice, Dr. Raju.
I had to add a word about the kirtan that Sabita sang. That is in praise of the presiding deity in my hometown temple, Vakyam.
Okay.
That was very, very beautiful.
Yeah.
That is sung in early morning, you know, typically sung early morning as you get up.
Any further questions or discussions? If not, we'll close. Shubharatri, everyone.
Shubharatri.
Ratri.
Good night, Doctor.
Shubharatri.